Hello students, welcome to all of you. Today we are going to see chapter number first from a paper number 4, that is a pomology and fruit processing technology. The chapter number first, that is the introduction to pomology. Let's see what is a pomology. Pomology, it is a Greek words which comes from the two words, that is a pomum and logos. Pomum means fruit and logos means to study. The exact meaning or the scientific meaning of a pomology, it is the scientific study and the cultivation of fruits is called as a pomology. I hope you have understand the concept or the definition of a pomology. Let's see the content of this chapter. In this chapter we are going to see 5 points. The first point, that is the scope and importance of fruit crops. Second point, nutritive value of fruit in human nutrition. Classification of fruit on the basis of the climate adaptability. Fruit morphology, botanical classification. These 5 points we are going to see in this chapter. Let's see first point, scope and importance of fruit crops. Let's see scope and importance. There are the two words. Scope means why we need to study that subject and how career we can develop in that streams. That is known as the scope. And importance, it is nothing but when we studying that subject, studying that branch, how we get a benefit. That is known as the importance. Let's see cultivation of fruit crops. It is a play important roles in a prosperity of any nation. Prosperity of any nation, that means most of the economy, it is depend upon the agriculture of that nation. In agriculture, it is totally depends upon the fruit crops. It is generally stated that the standard living of people can be judged by the production and the consumption of fruit trees. Some nation or some country can produce only fruit trees, but they don't consume. It does not mean that is a standard living. In such conditions, standard living, it is totally depends upon the production of a fruit tree and consumption of fruits. Let's see first point of a scope, that is a need to increase production of a meet a dietary requirement. Need to increase the production. Nowadays fruit trees are a more production, but human or the peoples cannot eat more fruits, due to which their health become a problem or the diseases is a number increases. According to ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, as per the capita consumption of fruit in India is a 120 gram per day, but it is a very low 10 kg capita per year as compared to other countries like USA, 202 kg capita per year. According to ICMR, that tells that the better health we have to consume daily fruit. The daily fruit rate, it is a 120 gram per day, but actual in a year our capita is a 10 kg per year. One human can only consume 10 kg fruit per year, but as compared to other nation like USA consume each year as a 202 kg capita per year. 1 year 202 kg fruit they can consume. For a better health, we need to consume more food. The low consumption of fruit only due to the very small fraction or the total crop area under the crop. In India, there is the most of problem, that is a very low area under the fruit trees, due to which fruit cannot afford by all people, due to which they cannot eat regularly fruit. They can afford only one season or the 2 season. Overall, throughout the year, they cannot eat that fruit. India needs to the step up a production of a fruit till the country become self-sufficient and the process of a fruit fall to the level which both rich and poor people can afford and pay. India have to increase their production up to level they can become self-sufficient. They do not need to the import from the another country. When we are do that such condition, all peoples of India, rich people as well as poor people, can afford to buy that fruit and the consumes. In this way, we have to need to increase the production area. Why? To meet the dietary requirement. The prices of fruit, it is so high. To keep fresh fruits and reach to large population with a more efficient production and the marketing, the price could be reduced as to increase consumption of fruit and the still provide good profit to the grower. That is the most important concept. Price, it is a depends upon the productivity. If one area it is more productivity, their price should be low. But if in any area there is a no production, their price of that specific fruit it is high. For in such condition, we have to increase the production. When we have increased the production, farmer and the grower get a good benefit. That is a meaning of a first scope, that is a need to the increased production to meet a dietary requirement. Next, scope of increase area under dry land area. Dry land area or the dry fruit. Nowadays, most of the area it is a dry. Raining condition it is a reduces, due to which that area become a dry. Due to which agriculture crop we cannot cultivate it there. In such condition, they have a vast scopes. We take a dry fruit cultivation in there. Which are dry fruits like bear, custard apple, cashew nut, anona. That are the some dry fruits. They don't require more water. In such condition, they have a scope for the such trees. It is not true, but it is a fruit tree require perennial irrigation. Fruit tree require a perennial irrigation. Like another plant, they require in monthly, in week 2 to 3 times of irrigation. But it is a fruit trees like dry fruit trees. I have explained dry like a bear, custard apple, cashew nut, anona. They require a perennial throughout the year. Throughout the year, 1 month, 2 months, we have to give the irrigation. In such condition, we have a scope to cultivate that tree. In India, 86 million hectare land is available for the development sound technology of a rain horticulture. There are the good scope of put this land under the dry fruit land fruit crops. I have explained. In India, due to the rain, it is a very low. In some area, we can develop the dry fruit crops. We can cultivate it, and they have a vast of scope to develop dry fruits. Increasing urbanization and the change in a food habit. Increasing urbanization, nowadays most of industry are utilizes, new industry are the formation. In such condition, urbanization is increases and the food is the increases. Food habit will be changes. Increase in urbanization due to industrial growth has increased and the demands of fruits. Most of industry is totally based on the fruit product. In such condition, they require a raw material. That raw material in the form of a fruit, like a jam preparation, jelly preparation, or the any fruit juices or the fruit drink preparation. In such condition, they require raw material in the form of fruit. So that we need to the focus on the cultivation of fruit, and we have a vast of scope of the cultivation of a fruit. Due to only one reason, that is the urbanization and the food-based industries. Change in food habits to the organic food, it is also noticed. Due to education, assure income has also helped to increase the demands for the fruit. Change in habits of fruit, habits of a food, change in habits in food. That means people get educated and assure what do have to eat, what do not have to eat. Due to which we get a benefit, we get a one chance to develop fruit trees and that them converting as a consumption in quality. In such way, increasing urbanization and the change in food habits, that is the one reason we can cultivate fruit trees and the career in that streams. Increased transport facility. Previous time or the ancient time, there is a not proper transport facility. Due to fruits have some perishable fruit, they lost due to their transport do not proper. If transport not proper, they do not get proper market and they become destroy or the spoil that fruit. In such condition, transport is available, then that grower get a proper market. Most of fruit having the highly perishable, having the less storage life and the need a quick disposal after harvest. I have explained some perishable fruit like mango, apple, or the some fleshy fruits that having the very very low life of a shelf life. Then after the harvesting, within the 1 or 2 months, they become a spoil or the destroy. Lack of a good transport system was one of the major lack of expansion of a fruit cultivation. Previously, there is a no transport system, due to which that grower do not get a proper benefit. In such condition, that grower having the alternative option do the another crop production. But nowadays transport facilities available. Which type of transport facilities available? The transport by the rail, transport by the road, transport by the seas system are the available, through which we can get a proper market to that your fruit product, and that grower get benefited. So there is a one most scope we can do career in such field like a cultivation of fruit crops within the long distance with a short time. Increasing cold storage facility and the pre-cooling center. Increasing cold storage. The fruit, it is the only one spoil substance after the harvesting. Some fleshy fruits or the perishable fruit, they having the, if we do not store properly, they get a spoil. In such condition, we require some cold storage and the pre-cooling center. But now a new technology arises, due to which pre-cooling center or the cold storage unit are available at each district, each state or the each taluka, due to which we can produce or the cultivate fruit and we get a proper market. Fruits is a highly perishable and the have a less shelf life. During the peak harvesting period, the market gluts reduces the price of a fruit. In such condition, we have to store in a cold places and the pre-cooling center, due to which for example in a production of one city, but there is a no price or the market in that city, but we have to got a get market, we have to store for the long time. In such condition, cold storage and the pre-cooling center are available, through which fruit can store for the 1 month, 2 month, 3 month or the maybe a year, through which that farmer or that grower get a suitable price by the storing fruit more time. Cold storage facility helps to regulate market supply, stabilizes the market rate, similarly extend the shelf life. Pre-cooling after the harvesting is necessary. That are the some reasons due to which we have to do the fruit cultivation. Scope for the agro-based industry. Even after so much industry progress, our country depends on the agriculture sector's employment. Development of a agro-based industry to generate employment is a must to keep our economy sound. Near about the many industries established in India, but one most important industry, that is the agro-based industry, that means industry based on the agricultural product. That is one most industry that get employment to the generation or the peoples do want to do the worker or the some skill job that can available in a agro-based industry. That is one most way to make a Indian economy or the agriculture economy strong, by the only one thing, that is the agro-based industry. And the agro-based industry, it is a total dependent upon the agricultural product. In agricultural product, there are the fruit crops. If farmer do not produce the fruit crops, that agriculture industry become a collapse. In such condition, there have a scope to do the agricultural production such as a fruit crop. Development of a new techniques. Previously, there are the some crops, due to some common diseases, that plant become a die or the cultivation do not properly. But nowadays different techniques are arises, due to which fruit cultivation become easier, and the most of a generation are the turns to the fruit cultivation. Which are such technology? Let's see. Using the growth regulator. Some plants do not properly grow. In such condition, we have to supply them growth regulators. Then in situ grafting. In situ grafting, some plant having the very sensitive to the climate. If any situation, for example in rainy season, that plant do not survive. In such condition, they develop a in situ grafting in a lab, and that plant will be exude. They exude to the actual environment after that attaining the proper size. That is in situ grafting. Drip irrigation for the water economy. If your water is very low, low content present in a farmer, they have developed drip irrigation. In a minimum water, they can do the production. Tissue culture crops can be available, through which we get a proper production and the quality production. Horticulture practices like ringing, girdling, notching, bahar treatment, high density planting, that are the horticulture practices through which that plant production become easy. They have a help increase the productivity and also bring a more land under cultivation. That are the some developing techniques through which that can cultivation it is make easier. Then evaluation of new yielding varieties. I have explained previously some varieties are totally dependent on the seed, but nowadays different varieties are produced to against that afford that condition. For example, in one season that specific diseases are grow on that plant, but some varieties are the change. They have developed strength or the resistance in that variety, and that develop that variety through which new varieties can develop, and the production is also increases, and the disease resistance also increases, due to which production it is make easier. Let's see development of a high yielding variety fruit like pomegranate. In pomegranate there are different variety like Ganesh, P23, P26, G37, that are the different variety. It is a previously only one variety of use that having the subject to the diseases, stress tolerance, and the different problem we have to face. But nowadays different varieties with positive characters, that is a Ganesh, P23, P26, G37, that varieties are produced. Then mango also having the different varieties, that is Amarpali, Malika, Sindhu. Grapes have a Thompson seedless. Previously grape are cultivated, in that grape the much amount of seed are the found, but new variety are produces, that is a Thompson seedlessness. In such type of grape there is a seed totally absent. Then Gawa, Sardar and L49. In Gawa it is most of fruit trees which are demanding crop, which are having the specialized features. In such variety having the different specialized features, let's such as a disease and the pest resistance, high yielding, diverse acclimatization, and more area under the fruits, due to which more area under the fruit. Some fruit crops do not able to resist that disease, do not able to resist that pest. In such condition that plant or that fruit crop will be dry. For such problems the fruit crops have developed a new variety. Such variety I have example only 3 varieties, but most of all fruit crops have developed a new fruit variety, due to which fruit area can develop. Similarly, introduction of a commercial cultivation of some of a new crops like Annona indicate the scope for the area expansion. Like other variety like Annona, due to which we can think about the fruit cultivation and increase the fruit production.